Just a day or two ago, I did a video about the drive-by shooting that occurred in Atlanta at Lil Baby's, the rapper that is, Lil Baby's music video. During Lil Baby's music video. 2-3 days prior to that, I did a video of 6 people getting shot in a Buckhead club in Atlanta. Out of the 6 people, 2 people died. And between those videos that I've done all the way up to now, a young woman got shot and killed while waiting at a bus stop trying to get to work about 4 or 5 in the morning. A 12-year-old child was shot multiple times. And now this just happened yesterday. A mother got shot and killed right in front of her toddler in a car at a park in Atlanta. And it may seem like, for those that are from the outside looking in, you know, meaning that you never live in Atlanta, you've never been to Atlanta, you know, you may live in New York, you may live on the West Coast or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You may even come from, you know, another country. It may seem as though that these things that I'm talking about, you know, the videos that I do about Atlanta, I'm making this up. As if, you know, I know Atlanta is real. You know, I know people think that Atlanta is real, but nah, it seems as though, man, that you're making this up like the Atlanta that you're talking about is a fake place, and it's not. I know, because I used to live there. And it seems as though it wasn't even, it seems as though every day someone got shot and killed in Atlanta or in the metropolitan area, or what they call Metro Atlanta. Every day. News come on at 12 o'clock, stay on for an hour, 5 minutes was about the news, 10 minutes was about some irrelevant shit like a dog or a cat being caught in a tree or something. You know, they be having like that fluffy like news and shit. And the 45 minutes, out of the 45 minutes of the hour, it was all about murder, violence, carjackings, all types of shit, scam artists. Straight up. And I hate it when people make these comments in the comment section of the videos that I do about Atlanta. Man, they say this, man, you know, Chicago's way worse. Los Angeles is way worse. This place is way worse. Yo, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, there shouldn't be any type of violence anywhere. And anywhere there's violence, it's unacceptable. And it's crazy that most of this violence and crime and shit that's happening, I hate sounding like this because, you know, it seems as though I'm sounding like a Republican, but it's the truth. These cities are Democratic, liberal, ran cities. And this is another thing that I want to say, and I hate to throw my race under the bus, but most of these cities that are leading in violence is where the minorities are the majority. Straight up. The reason why I talk about Atlanta so much is because Atlanta's supposed to be the beacon of light, the beacon of hope to black people. And it's not. Yes, true indeed. You have some affluent black people that are doing good, but they're all clicked up. Whether you want to talk about sororities, fraternities, Mason, they all clicked up. Boule. And those type of people, those black affluent people, they're not into helping any and everyone. Those type of black people look down on you. Yeah, true indeed. Outside of 285, Highway 285, that is. For those that don't know what 285 is, it circles around Atlanta. Outside of 285, you have racism. But inside 285, which is Atlanta city limits, you encounter something else that's just as worse as racism, called classism. And it's the have and have-nots. You think that you're going to get some help from some black folks down in Atlanta, you're sadly mistaken. Real talk. But it just seems as though, and I kind of agree with these people that think that Atlanta's fake. It just seems that way. It is a fake place because you have nothing but a bunch of fake people. In their religion, what they practice is this whole slogan, fake it till you make it. You don't know what you're going to encounter down there. You see a man driving a Bugatti, a Lamborghini, 9 times out of 10, that shit is rented. You see people living in mansions, 9 times out of 10, it's multiple people living in mansions. Multiple people that's in that mansion that's paying rent. That's the reason why they're living in there. And if it's not that, they're squatters. They're squatting. You meet a nice, beautiful lady, young female, body banging on all the rest of that, and you find out she's a transformer, more than meets the eye. Transformers, you know what? In disguise. M-A-N, in disguise. M-E-N, in disguise. And this is real talk. Real shit, man. You got, people that's in that area, they go, and I'm gonna make it relevant. They go to these, they for their vacations or their family outings or outings, period. Once it gets hot, they go to this place called Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is working on a slide or a water park or something like that, where, you just, the water slides are going to go straight into the lake. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You kidding me? Every year. This is my word. If I'm wrong, please, for those that live in the surrounding area of Lake Lanier or Atlanta, we all know this, that have lived there or that's living in Atlanta or the surrounding counties, cities, or whatever that's near Lake Lanier. We all know this, that several years ago, they purposely let go of the water out of the dam, and Lake Lanier used to be a black community where there were schools and baseball fields and churches and houses, etc. They flooded the whole area. So right now, as we speak, there's a whole community, black community that is, that's underwater. Y'all want to talk about finding Atlantis? Well, shit, Atlantis, the black community is Atlantis in Lake Lanier. Every year someone dies at Lake Lanier. Straight up. And I truly believe that that lake is haunted. But people still go there. Still go there. I really truly believe that the whole area, Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, Lake Lanier, all of that, the majority of Georgia is a cursed land. Oftentimes we look at these stories, you know what I'm saying, in the Bible, and we act as though that was in the past. Or we look at ancient civilizations such as Rome, Greece, Kemet, ancient Sumer, Timbuktu, Kush, Nubia, And we say, oh, that's the past. Because those civilizations, the Mayan civilization, the list goes on. Those civilizations are dead and gone. And we don't try to compare it to now. Like as if America's going to last forever. Well, I'm here to tell you that Rome, Greece, Kemet, and the likes, those ancient civilizations never saw the end coming. Like, they didn't wake up and say, oh yeah, today is the end. No, they didn't say that. But they saw the decline in man or mankind. And this is what we're experiencing right now. Where our society doesn't give a damn about one another. All we care about is money. We don't give a damn about our children. We know that there's a thing called sex trafficking. We know our kids are being kidnapped. We know our women are being kidnapped. But we don't give a damn about it. We don't. AI is taking all of our jobs. Preachers, pastors, priests are being caught touching little children. You telling me this ain't the end of times? Or rather the sign of the end of times? Signs? We know for a fact that Hollywood is Holly weird now. We just saw what Puff Daddy did to Casey on tape. We have grown men that are deciding that they want to get their shit cut off. That's how desperate they are to feel more like a woman. Can't have no children, don't know shit about what a period is, but yet and still you want to be a woman. I'll tell you right off the rip, it ain't just Atlanta that appears to be fake or not real. It's America. And I'm telling you, that's how it's going to be documented in history. 1,000 years from now, it's going to be documented in a book. Because straight up, most of you people don't even realize that everything, first and foremost, there's nothing new under the sun, as the saying goes, that everything that we're doing has been done multiple times. And when the world becomes corrupted, so corrupted like it is now, something happens. And that's the end of that particular civilization, and a reset button is pushed. And it starts all over again. So 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, or whatever have you, will be talked about. And those people will read about us and be like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe that there were men that wanted to be. I can't believe that people worship money more than they worship God. It's going to appear to those folks 500,000 years ago that this place that we call America, and in specific the city that I oftentimes talk about, is fake. Just like how we thought or think places like Sodom and Gomorrah was fake in the Bible. But if you read it, if you go back and read it, and we all know that, see, I don't even want to get into religion or whatever, because most people only deal with the three monotheistic religions. You know what I'm saying? Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And if you're not praising Jehovah, God, Allah, or rather Jehovah, Jesus, or Allah, then nobody want to hear about that shit. They don't want to talk about how there wasn't no J's until a certain time frame, so Jesus' name wasn't really Jesus. His real name was Yeshua. Or they don't even want to talk about how that story was, the story of Jesus was taken from Hor. They don't want to talk about how a lot of the biblical stories were taken from ancient Sumer and ancient Kemet. And oftentimes, when people read the Bible, they think that these are fictional stories, that everything is written as parables and metaphors. No, these people actually existed. And the same bullshit that we're doing in this day and time is the same bullshit that they was doing back then. You would think that humans would learn from their past, but they don't. And I ain't gonna go so deep, but most people never ascend from this physical realm that we live in. Oftentimes, you reincarnate and repeat this shit over and over and over again, never learning from your mistakes. I tell you, we are living in the last days and times of our civilizations around the world. Not the end of the world. This ain't the end of the world. The world, Mother Earth will always be here. But us finite beings will not. It's real talk. I think that we've done this 1,000,001 times. And either a catastrophe happens where AI may take over. You know, the whole theory that Ray Kurzweil said, that there'll be technological singularity where the robots will fight against us and destroy us and feel as though that we inadequate, so they'll destroy us. Or there'll be some type of natural catastrophe or disaster. You know, like a flood, where they talked about, and you know, in the Bible, which was taken from ancient Sumer. Or there'll be some type of financial implosion, because the dollar bill is the value of it is depleting as we speak. And I continue to tell black people this: you call yourself a boss, but you're living in a country that owes another country trillions of dollars. So how much of a boss can you be? Well, you're literally living in a broke ass country. Well, I'm not broke, but I ain't gonna go there with you. You sound stupid when you say that. Whether it is an implosion or explosion, we gonna see it. We gonna see it. Real talk. Real talk, man. Atlanta could have been. Could have been. Now it could never be. All these major cities could have been. Now it can never be. And I know what some of you all are going to say, well, you know, once these major cities, the major cities are the problem. Once the major cities go, then you'll be out in the roads, you know, off the grid, you know, out there, you know, fending for yourself and this and that, so forth. But let me tell you something. You better hope, as the saying goes. You know how it goes, right? And this goes for all races when I say the NIGGA, right? S. This goes for all races, right? The saying goes like this: you could take a nigga out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a nigga. So as long as this mind state, as long as anyone that has a hood type of mentality, ain't no place safe. As long as you have a colonizer mentality, ain't no place safe. But I can tell you, man, it's a wrap for us. This world has to be cleansed. There's too much foul shit going on. The price of food is extremely high, and I just don't understand it. I didn't get this from Orlando Brown. I said this shit 10 years ago. Why the fuck are we paying for food? Apples, oranges, grapefruits. Why? Mother Nature never asked us for anything. And even if she did, how are we going to compensate her? Because our money is made out of 75% cotton and 25% linen, which comes from the earth. I heard Kanye West say some of the dumbest shit that I ever heard on my fucking planet. While I've been on this planet, how much does the earth cost? What? You are truly fucking stupid. The sun shines. The earth gives us everything that we need. Why is it that we war? Why is it that we fight? Why is it that we treat one another the way that we treat one another? Well, we have everything we want and need on this planet. Why are we trying to charge people for shit? Excuse me. For basic necessities such as food, shelter, and clothing. I'm trying to understand that. And while I'm trying to understand that, make me understand that we ain't living in the last days and times. We got a fucking president that's running for his second term, and he's in court for using campaign money to buy and fuck a porn star. We got another president that's running for his second term that just now spoke at Morehouse College. This man, you can look up Sleepy Joe Biden, and his past is horrendous. How he talked about black people. Horrendous. At the same time, this motherfucker don't even remember his first and last name. We have two people that don't deserve to be president. And you all got the nerve to tell me I gotta pick between the two lesser evils, or however they put it. One that's lesser evil than the other. You gotta be kidding me, man. I'm driving through Charlotte, and I thought it was just Charlotte. Nah, it's Las Vegas, it's Florida, it's everywhere. They got communities that they're building right now, and you have corporate landlords, such as America's Home for Rent, that own communities, where their slogan is, the American dream is not to be owned. It's to be rented. And I know some of you all are going to say, nah, that's not that. But that's how it goes, though. The houses in that community you can never own, but you can rent. I don't see how y'all don't see that this is it. This is the end. And I'm telling you, seriously, when it came to the end of Rome, Greece, Nubia, Kemet, Timbuktu, Mayans, Aztecs, all of these civilizations, you had a lot of non-believers, just like you all out there, that nah, this is gonna keep on going. Even though in your subconscious mind, you know shit is getting worse. You had non-believers. And then when this shit happened, it just happened. Jesus can't help you. None of your gods can. Straight up. Because it's going to happen. history truly repeats itself. And a reset button will be pushed. We're going to start all over again. And couple hundred years from now, 1,000 years from now, there'll be a book, or there'll be some ancient writings, carvings, sacred carvings such as hieroglyphics, cuneiform, or whatever, that will talk about America in a place called Atlanta. And those people will read about America in a place called Atlanta, and they're going to actually think that it wasn't real, that this was a fake place. In all actuality, it was. It's long gone. And hopefully, just hopefully, that set of people that read about us will be the change. But I will say this: if you're looking for change in us, in this civilization, in these societies that exist now, if it ain't changed already, it never will. And then at the end of the day, change will be enforced, whether by Mother Earth, that sun, because I truly believe that this summer we're going to experience some of the most humid days that you ever experienced. So melanin recessive beings, you better coat your motherfucking body with some goddamn suntan lotion. Get ready for this ride. Or it could just be something as simple as what they call the Natiru, the Anunnakis, the ancient ones, coming back in ships. Who knows?